Hello, hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of League of Amazing Adventurers. I just confused the Americans by doing our countdown in French.
Uh-huh. You said cat, and I was like, what?
I love cat.
There are
So,
many who love cats.
I hope you're all doing well tonight, folks. We have a few announcements before we get right into the show, and we've got a really good show. First up for some announcements, our other programming on the channel. We have the Calling Chronicle on Friday. They're about to start a very fun little arc in the Sea and Sky Archipelago, as well as grabbing some airship crew. And then after that, on Saturday, when we normally would have Salt and Sorcery, it's probably just going to be me, so we're going frog hunting in the new Minecraft update. I will have... Yes, I'm going to capture them and make them my friends.
Oh, that's not how capturing
It is the only way they will not leave is if I put them in like a large pond that they cannot escape from. So then on Sunday we have Stardew Sunday, and then on Monday we have the Strength of Thousands AP. I hope. I'm assuming we'll have the Strength of Thousands AP. Assuming like nothing goes on fire again. We had some people having to miss it this week. It would have just been me and McKenna and Matt, which would have been fun, but with only 3 people.
Who knows? We might have an old friend coming back to Strength of Thousands, so...
Yeah, maybe.
Oh boy.
Maybe. We'll find out. But yeah, so we have that on Mondays. And on Tuesdays, we have Try Stuff Tuesday. I'm going to just continue with Sandrock because, I don't know, I've been in the mood for playing cozy games, and I think I've made a very cute avatar in it. We are going...
Sandra?
Yes.
I genuinely didn't know, but I love being right.
You need... You McKenna, you should go watch the VOD just to see the character that I made, because she has, like, the nose makeup, like the blush across the nose.
Cute.
Yeah.
Nice.
That is just fun thing you'll learn about Will tonight. That is, like, my favorite thing of makeup a person can do. I think it's the most beautiful thing in the world. But we have that. We have that. Those are all of our big announcements. Other smaller announcements include the fact that we have all of our friends here for League. We're nearing episode 100. We might end around episode 100, y'all. This campaign's coming to its close soon. We'll be doing campaign 2. It's a Wild Western. I'm really excited for it. We got some really cool characters for that. McKenna and Cooper are going to be siblings.
Siblings.
Teehee, just like real life.
This is my sister. This is my brother. We are siblings. We love each other. I don't know what the actual lyrics are.
We care for each
Wait,
other.
what were those lyrics?
We are
Don't worry
siblings,
about
and
Do we care for each other?
it's care for each other, not we
oh,
love each
God,
other.
That's not what I heard.
Yeah, no.
Oh, God. I heard,
Kill the clans.
I heard we're siblings and we make love to each other. I was like, what? I'm like,
What
I've
in
never
the
heard
Alabama?
that version.
Back.
I mean, we are playing in the West.
So
Sometimes
you can
just,
see why I very reasonably went, what?
you get lonely on the homestead.
Oh God, it's gonna be that kind.
Is there any inbreeding in your family? No, sir. We do all our breeding out in the corral. Sorry, that was from a terrible play
We
that
are
I
starting
did.
strange.
That was from a
That's
terrible
wrong.
play.
That's strange.
That was from a terrible play I did in high school. Oh, I miss those days. That was fun
High school
though.
again, Will?
It was Westwood. It was an art
Oh.
school.
Hey ho, Westerberg.
It was fun. But we have that. That's where like that bear monologue I do every now and then comes from. But yeah. Have you ever been pursued by a bear? Well, let me tell you, it's an unbearable experience. It's a grisly tale, kind of polarizing. That whole bit.
You do this one.
Yeah. But that's all of our big announcements. We of course have our cast. We have the person who has been playing the Witcher series and has been making me slowly want to jump back into it, and then I say no, I'm not waiting for it to install. Abby playing Cassandra / Corellia, also of Abby's Worlds of Stage fame on Instagram, TikTok. Go check them out. They're amazing.
I'm on my 3rd playthrough of the game, and I'm skipping to Blood and Wine before going back to Destroy the Wild Hunt, just so I can get Arrow tonight.
Girl boss.
Good. Good. Speaking of girl bossing, we have, of course, McKenna, the person in charge of all the artwork you see here on the channel, as well as a person who has their commissions open at McKenna Ray on TikTok. They just posted a new one. Go check that out after the show. It's very funny because it's very true for her.
I'm posting a link to it in chat,
Yeah.
Best kind of funny.
guys.
Speaking of the best kind of calling out and funniness, we have Cooper, head of the Coop Troop, the Cooper Cult, the Cooper... no, that one's a bad one. The Cooper. Head of the Cooper. We have you here playing Lynx tonight. How are you doing?
I am currently thinking about chicken katsu curry.
Yum. Sounds spicy. And
I got very hungry out of nowhere.
speaking of spicy, also 11 minutes, we have Matt, person in
Hey.
charge of all of our graphic design here, as well as the person, oh boy, in charge of painting my Warhammer Age of Sigmar army. Playing Garl tonight. How you doing, Matt and Chip?
The spice must flow.
Thank you, Mark.
I'm fine, thank you.
I still had the...
I am the Quizax Haderach. No. What?
That's a new one. But those are all our announcements. Am I forgetting anything, anyone? Does anyone have anything cool they want to plug? Going once.
Life.
Going twice. Going thrice. Alright, you've been Tom Greened, and we will go to the intro. Last time on the League of Amazing Adventurers, our party killed a necromancer dragon who was a bit of a dick.
Mm,
It was.
It's
He
true.
kept trying to kill Alessandra with his zombie ghost dragon things.
Rude.
Very rude.
Said no, that's my girlfriend, and it's Pride Month.
Yeah, I just realized that. Like, after the stream, what I did, I was like, oh, oops.
The
Die
dragon.
gay. Happy Pride Month.
The dragon gone did a hate crime.
Like I've had to say on Twitter, and like I had to block a person on Twitter because of this. But like the general like the baseline in this world is that pretty much everyone is bi at the baseline.
Yeah.
Just because like at this point I don't think there's a single like het relationship in our cast, like in the characters in our cast.
What gay Jesus intended.
Like
Indeed.
yeah, but we have that. So last time they dealt with that. They also dealt with the raised corpses and empowered corpses of Alessandra's former coven and family that sold her soul to a Baba Yaga, who was part of Corellia's soul, and you know a whole bunch of like campaign lore stuff that if you weren't around for makes no sense to you right now. But
Oopsie whoopies all around.
TLDR, they killed the dragon. They had a good fight. It was a long fight. It was a close fight. And Gallant quickly returned. And Gallant's kind of just floating there next to Chip right now.
Well, I'm going to investigate this dragon's lair. You never know what kind of interesting things they have lying around. Yes, I'm going to go do that right now.
Yes, I will accompany you, Chipolus.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Please, no.
If nobody has any objections, I think I'd like to cast some gentle reposes on the dragons and the drakes and the mummies and the things that are promising to rise again and kill us all.
On that note, as you turn to examine the corpse of the large dragon, as promised before stream, Garl is in the process of trying to saw the dragon's head off.
Make me an athletics check, Carl.
Ooh, I love to.
Let's
didn't think
see.
that was all.
Let's see how well Garl is beheaded.
39.
You have successfully beheaded an ancient dragon.
Wow.
God damn. Will, for a 5th level gentle repose, it does require 6 gold pieces of embalming fluid. I'm happy to take that out of my inventory,
That's
but
fine.
the embalming fluid, okay,
Yeah,
we're
you're
hand waving it.
You're good. We'll hand wave it.
Sounds good.
There's a morgue in the school's campus, so you could go there and grab it.
A morgue on campus.
Well, yeah, because like what Chip studies.
Oh yes, I can show you where I.
That's
I could,
true.
yeah.
I can
That's
show you
true.
where I hid my
Yeah, no,
tea biscuits.
There's actually like a reason for that to be on campus.
So remind me, there were four or five of the zombie drake.
4 mummies. 4 mummies.
mummies.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zombie drakes, and 1 ancient white dragon.
It's very possible several of the mummies, by I think someone hit them with a big spell, were reduced to ashes.
Yes,
though
the mummies.
One mummy got all the way to combat. Only one.
There's 1 mummy that made it to combat, but the other 3 are literal ashes and will not be raisable.
Okay.
They have returned to Pallet
7
Town
times 16.
because they're ash.
Oof.
You
Took a little while to get there, but you got it.
I will gladly spend 112 gold pieces to not have to fight these fuckers again.
No, it's
Yeah, fair. But yeah, as you're doing that, Elisandra's walking about, just kind of like standing around, very close to Nim, like not hovery, but like 10 paces away.
Would you mind helping me with this?
Sure. What do you need?
It's just a bit of embalming. You're supposed to apply it in a way that makes them difficult to revive, but if we cast it at a high enough level, they won't be revivable at all
Alright.
for an unlimited duration. So all of his talk about rising again and his master bringing him back will be thwarted by a 5th level spell.
Huzzah.
Scheherazade.
Lynx overhears this and just goes, "Wow."
Wow.
Do you have
Will,
the slots for that, Nim?
I think so. Let me double check.
Also, Matt.
yes,
5,
What were you saying?
7. Yes.
I was
Yes,
just
you
going to
are.
say, I was serious about Chip investigating the room and the hoard. These dragons often have, if they don't even have a hoard, they have stuff lying around in their lair.
It is a horde. It is a horde of corpses.
Ah.
Well, I mean, I'm not exactly squeamish around corpses. Can I do a search to, at the very least, maybe find some identifying things so their families can maybe get a letter?
You got a whole lot of corpses. There's not many like humanoid. Like there wouldn't be any corpses that you would consider civilian corpses. Like as evil as Treladar is, even they don't kill non-combatants.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, no, that's not
That's
true
not
because
true.
they very much slaughtered non-combatants. They don't kill magical non-combatants.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But
Yeah,
like,
Will with his
Friendly
Treladar
reminder that-
propaganda.
Every magocracy in a setting that involves being magical by birth is technically eugenics,
it is.
and
isn't
that's
it?
how they
Yikes.
are. So, had you not considered that?
No, I hadn't. At all. Just
Fun facts. Back.
To be fair, it's not exactly that's something that comes up in real life very often.
No,
Magic.
it is not.
well, you would hope at least.
Very often?
Stage magician breeding program.
Okay, there we go.
Anyway, what can I roll something, Will, to look for anything of interest amongst the bodies?
Make me a perception check, Matt.
Okay. Perception. 40.
Oh. As
That's on a 10.
That's on a 10. As Chip is, I don't want to
Sherlock
say
scanning.
like rummaging through corpses, but as Chip is Sherlock scanning about corpses, there are a number of interesting things you find.
Do tell.
Specifically, you find what appears to be a embossed magical cage, like a canary cage. That is magical. You also find what appears to be a skeleton. However, the skeleton is special as its rib cage has been converted into that of a xylophone.
Interesting.
Could be a playable.
That
musical
sounds familiar.
instrument. You also find a holy symbol of Orcus.
Oh my. Oh, what does that look like?
Just like a goat head.
Oh boy.
Maybe the Satanic Panic people were right.
Maybe.
You find the Create Undead ritual. And then you also find a odd thing of salt.
Is that literally what it's called? Odd thing of salt?
No, it is called life salt.
Is that what Garl's been using to heal people?
It's a crystal
Maybe.
vial that contains salts blessed by channeling life-giving energies into waters purified by holy fire. It's a bomb that, against undead, makes them unable to attack you if you hit them with it, and deals persistent positive damage.
Oh, Lynx.
Huh?
I think I found something you may be interested in.
Unfortunately, it is not, what's the word? Backwards compatible? Oh my god. Reverse engineerable. As it's a technically divine magical item.
I still think if it is, we were talking about a bomb, a B-O-M-B, not a bomb, B-A-L-M.
Yes. B-O-M-B.
Okay, so still the best person to throw these things is our dear Lynx. So I'm going to
bomb chucker.
hand you essentially what is a salty holy hand grenade.
Lynx considers this a challenge and starts to study this bomb.
It is directly infused with divine magic and properties. You do not think that your capabilities would be able to reproduce it.
Oh? Is that so?
Craft anything.
Oh boy.
Despite
Hi,
your
William! Hi, Will
Oh,
Banner!
boy, I have
You
to look at
fucked!
this now.
Well,
For
these
I will
moments.
say the final line is the GM.
Oh, the GM decides.
whether
Yeah,
you
very
can
true.
Yeah,
answer
the GM
requirement.
decides. So
However, you do
I
have
mean,
two
Lynx,
very
you would
divine
need someone-
friends.
You would need someone to help you with the holy water and the holy fire, and then you'd be good.
Okay.
Who has 4 vials of holy water and is legendary in religion?
Is it?
Can't I...
I mean,
If
Chip
we want to
probably
get
has
real douchey
holy
about
water
this,
with,
am I able to
Cressy.
craft holy water?
Yes, but the holy fire is the more
Mm-hmm.
difficult part for you.
And I do have a quick question, Will.
Unfortunately, there's no drills you can take that just put some holes into fire to make it holy, I'm afraid.
The very first item you mentioned, the embossed magical cage.
Yeah.
Do we have a description for that, or is it just
If someone
a
wants this one,
this
one you need to identify. It's high enough that you'll actually need to roll for it.
Well, Lord Win.
Does anyone?
I can help.
All right. Well,
It's a
I
Arcana.
gently bring the thing over to you. This thing might be interesting. Can you perhaps divine its magical properties?
It's an Arcana or Religion check for this.
I also have read aura up naturally. But I will make a
Then
religion check.
give me a minute to just pull up the.
Ooh, 46.
stuff
That's a
for it.
46 on religion.
Wow.
Can you tell we're level 18?
Y'all are high level. How does it feel?
Yeah.
Feels good, man.
It feels like there are a lot of things to read all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does feel like there's a
too.
lot of things to read all the
Okay,
time.
Next
let's
campaign,
see.
play a barbarian. There's not a whole lot.
Yeah, that's enough.
There is only bonk.
So, here's what you got off of the read aura: Arcane Necromancy negative, And with that religion check, you're able to identify it as a soul cage.
Oh my.
Oh.
It's a empty soul cage. It looks like that dragon was in the process of becoming a lich. So if one of you wants to become a lich, you now have one of the materials you need for it.
Live forever.
Try this.
Live forever.
Here's the thing, out of character. This has come up, I think, before when we befriended a lich in a campaign at one point. Like, you have to do something very evil to become a lich. Like, a good lich is incredibly rare because it usually involves some horrifying dark ritual like eating a baby or something.
Actually, believe it or not, in PF2, all you need to do is put your soul in the soul cage and you can become a lich.
Well, that seems like it breaks canon.
Cheating life is technically an evil deed, so
I mean,
I mean,
I
a life cleric would certainly say so.
might be able to break it. After a long rest, I could prepare. Oh, what is it? There is a spell for disjointing magical items such as this.
Well,
It is also
hold
worth
on a moment.
1,600 gold pieces.
there is also the thought. Now,
Yeah, give it to Drevrin.
I don't suppose that we could find a way of using this against someone. Like I know, like vampires or undead creatures can like sometimes escape after you've destroyed their body. But could we imprison something that is hard to kill in this, or would that just make it into a lich and make it more powerful? Or would they have to reform around the cage?
I can't speak to the powerfulness of such a thing, but there is a spell that is specifically geared towards what you are speaking of. It is called Bind Soul, and it is about one of the most evil things you can do to a person.
Fair enough.
So, if you wanted to use this to trap someone's soul, I would have a hard time stopping you, Professor, but it is not something I would recommend.
Oh, you shall sell yourself short. I'm sure you could take care of me with one wiggle of your magic powers.
Oh, I wouldn't want to, though. That's
No, but you could.
maybe objectively, but emotionally, I couldn't.
I'm sorry, I'm 50% objective, so.
And we'll find out if that's the case in the post-campaign Battle Royale.
No!
the DLC.
The DLC.
It will spend 50% of that hiding.
Yeah.
Also, Bind Soul is very expensive, so for what that's worth, it's...
Also, and I show her both the Holy Symbol of Orcus and the Create Undead Ritual. I'm like, should we burn these? Or sell? I don't know. Like, I feel like the Holy Symbol of Orcus is just no good thing to be around.
No, I certainly wouldn't have it in my home.
Oh, Lynx, you have any spare acid?
Ooh,
I can
that's not a bad
certainly
idea.
make some.
Sorry?
Yes.
I can certainly make some.
Or does anyone have, like, acid spray as a cantrip or something?
Nope, only electric arc for me.
I mean, you could fry the Create Undead Ritual with that, probably, but...
Hmm.
I mean, if we want to, this is a bit of untreaded territory for me. I'm not entirely sure what exactly is seen as untoward or acceptable in an academic sense. Like, I know most undead creatures we come upon are horrifying monstrosities that try and eat us, but I'm not sure if all undead practices are evil.
No, definitely not all undead practices. I mean, the soul binding, yes, there's no good to come of that, but the practice of creating undead, as long as you are not binding them against their will into your service, or honestly binding them into your service at all, is ethically, morally not great.
Well, binding anyone to your service, I suppose, is morally
I mean,
questionable.
technically the Church of Abadar does it.
Well, Nam does not
Did anyone
follow
hear that?
Abadar.
Well, just I suppose I'll just hand you the scroll in for this ritual. Like I trust your judgment in this capacity. I will let you decide what to do with this.
Well,
Garl, how do you feel about a xylophone ribcage? That sounds amazing.
Were we trying to destroy the odd skull thing?
The holy symbol of Orcus, the god of
Yeah.
undeath. Yes.
let's
Uh,
do that.
Let's try. This is so odd, but Cassandra wants to try. She's gonna have you put it on the ground, and then right above it, she's going to summon instrument a tuba to see if it will crush it.
Nice. Just tuba.
Because it needs to be handheld, but a tuba is handheld, but it's really heavy.
Hey, Will, what kind of hand signs do you think someone has to make to summon a tuba?
Probably. Let's see.
Tuba no jutsu.
I don't know.
Not bad.
You summon a tuba. Tuba falls. Tuba falls. So symbol of Orcus dies.
Yay!
Huzzah!
As
Staples.
As,
That was
as,
easy.
as you smash it and it breaks, you hear the faint bleating of a goat.
There's the big bet for the next campaign setup.
No.
Cattle rancher Orcus.
Is anyone in desperate need of healing?
Oh, that's a very good question. Oh god. Garl, out of a total of 327 health, is at 85.
I'm at
How's
50%.
Alessandra?
Yeah, how's Alessandra? Alessandra
Yeah.
is-
Alessandra's fine. She doesn't want to worry y'all.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, Cassandra, out of 173 max hit points, is at 222.
10 hit points. Yum yum.
Girl boss.
Alessandra's at 30 hit points.
Whew.
Okay,
Out
all
of
right. Gather
two-
round, gather
Out
round.
of 233 hit points. So she's about
sweet
203 down.
Yeah, I have Vital Beacon on still.
Also, as a
Nobody's
gen-
used it.
Also, as a general rule, Alessandra did not level up with all of y'all.
Oh.
Yeah. I was actually
Oh.
gonna ask.
She no longer has the Nemesis feat where she levels up with the heroes.
That's the issue, yeah. She now has the enemies to love her feat, so now she has to be
Oh.
X amount of levels lower than their partner at all times.
That is a stupid trope, and I hate it.
Anyway, Nim gathers everyone around and casts a little bit of moment of renewal.
I'm also gonna do.
Everyone's at full hit
Chips.
points.
Nice.
Chip is going to do assurance medicine with risky surgery automatically becomes a critical success. So Alessandra is going to get 48 plus 30.
Chip, the moment of renewal puts her at full.
Oh, okay. Then
And
Garl will get the
entire
53.
reason Nim cast that spell is
Sorry.
specifically so Chip is.
I
not
don't know
that-
magic.
It's specifically because Alessandra did not like the needles, so Nim's.
Oh, you adults. Good.
Nicholas
Wow,
Chip
what a
Needle
loving
Hands.
girlfriend.
She's trying to take her feelings into consideration.
Wow.
This is science, gosh darn it.
Alessandra will remember that.
Little heart appears in the bottom of the screen for a brief second.
All right. So what is our next move from here? Do we want to, I don't know, check out the school, see what they've taken, see what's left?
I want to see my old dorm room.
Aww.
Well, you can see your old dorm room, actually, Cassandra, from where you're standing, as the wall to the dormitory has been funked off.
Ooped.
Well, there it is.
Also,
I saw it. We can move on.
If people want to make me a perception check, they can.
Chip will turn his detective's eye on that.
That's
Ooh,
a nat
damn.
20.
A nat 20. Never mind.
Ooh, a nat 20.
Not too shabby.
Well, Nim, because it's a nat 20, you meet the DC of this.
Fuck.
It was a DC 50, so.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
okay.
It's a very small thing, but in what would have been Ray's old room, for the briefest
Oh, you mean
moments-
our old room?
Yes.
Yeah.
For the briefest of moments, there's like a shadow sitting on the bed and then it disappears.
No, that's what I was gonna go look for.
What kind of shadow with a natural 20? What kind of shadow?
It looks like the way Ray described her like roommate that she hated. It looked like that, and then it's just
Oh
gone.
god. It's grim.
You just see the color drain from Nim's face. at the mention of anything involving Ray. She's she's been thriving.
Cassandra goes,
Yes.
wow, you look more like me now.
Must run in the family.
There was a shadow of some sort in Ray's old room. Which, by the way, something that has been haunting me for a minute. Chip has made no mention of Ray. He saw her leave with us the last time we were in Brighthall, and she is now nowhere to be found. None of us have brought it up, and neither has Chip. What does
Chip
he
maybe-
think happened?
Chip
Wait.
might have been getting some letters.
From who?
Oh, you don't know that.
Who's Ray?
I've never heard of this Ray before, I say as I pull a caramel out of my pocket, and
Wait, really?
I don't know, I'm just fucking
Oh,
around.
fuck. I was like,
Yeah, you missed a session.
We got the post-battle giggles.
The tee-hee-haws.
but I'm curious who's been sending Chip letters.
Oh, he's got spies and informants and
There's
Ooh.
people working on it.
He's got spies and informants.
I mean, one is a profession, one is opportunity.
Yes, if you're a spy, you're
Hasn't
more
brought
likely
it
to
up
start a
with
family.
us.
Wes.
But-
Garl, not seriously because she knows this is ridiculous, but kind of pantomimes presenting Cassandra the dragon's head like a bouquet of flowers.
Nice.
Hopefully its tongue does not loll out.
oh yeah, it does.
Delicious.
I'm not sure how to pick this up, but I'm very grateful. How big is this
Nope.
dragon's head?
I
Probably
mean,
pretty big.
it's about the size of like, it's about the size of like a small one. It's like the size of a small shed.
So 2 hands above her head.
It's beautiful, girl. Thank you.
It's homemade.
I do appreciate homemade.
But yeah, like if Skyrim has taught me anything, we'll get a lot of dragon scales from this. We'll make some good armor.
God.
If there are other entities in this building, perhaps we ought to take a long rest before exploring?
I mean, if you feel comfortable doing that in this unfortunately grim place.
Nim smiles, actually.
Oh,
And she says, actually, I just learned something that I think might work for that. Are we all down for a long rest? Long rest? Long rest? Long rest?
sure.
Okay, let me pace this out. And you see Nim starts like pacing the perimeter of the courtyard to make sure she has enough room. The map is no longer up, so I'm just going to assume we have enough room.
You do. I'm just going to. I think I know what you're doing, so I'm just prepping a gag. Go ahead.
So while she's pacing, she is messaging Elisandra and is asking like, what is your favorite color? What is your favorite animal? What kind of music do you listen to?
God
Hot.
damn it. Okay, wait. I need to.
Girlfriends.
She panics. My favorite animal is owl, because looking at Merle.
An albatross.
An albatross. Oh.
Don't kill it. It's bad luck.
I'm an
I've
albatross.
never actually seen an albatross.
All right.
before.
And also
Nim,
color and music?
purple,
Oh.
because that's just, yeah, that's Alessandra. And music, wasn't really allowed to listen to it as a child.
Oh God.
So
Vibe.
she's probably into like deconstructive jazz.
That I can work with, and I'll bring a variety just in case you'd like to listen to something else. Nim paces to not quite the center of the courtyard and taps in the air, and where she taps, there is a little star. She puts a hand to her mouth and whispers to the star, and it goes whizzing off into the courtyard, and you see like, you know, little sparkles of light trailing after it, and as it whizzes around, you start seeing the outline, almost a blueprint, of a very large, nice house. Like, multi-story house. What did you think I was gonna do?
No, that's exactly what I thought you were going to do. That's why I did the ripping my notes up gag.
Yeah.
And eventually you start seeing the layout of this house. And after a minute passes, the walls of the building start to solidify. Like, it's kind of like raising the opacity on all of the layers at once. And suddenly you have a house in front of you, and the star whizzes back up into the sky.
At the outside of the house, Nim, does
Yes.
it have any particular features to it? Like, is there any sort of like Merle iconography or Desnan iconography? Is it an
Owl
Oh,
house?
almost certainly.
Owl house.
The door
Nim
goes,
has-
hoot hoot.
Oh gosh.
Nim just has cast a Resplendent Mansion with her final 9th level spell of the day.
Wow.
And yeah, I would say there's definitely like a butterfly-shaped door knocker on the door. I think the house has a lot of indigo accents. Like indigo and purple, but there's definitely like, you know, like this stoop leading up to the house has little owls on the handrails. And
hoot, hoot.
Nim says, "May I give you all the grand tour?"
Thinks is fascinated.
There are a number of floors, and
This
I would
is
love
my
to leave
this
too.
is my favorite. These are my favorite type of sessions because now I just don't have to do anything.
Yup.
Chip stops at like the threshold and just kind of looks at all the owl stuff. Like, it never occurred to me, but should I be like have some sort of instinctual frightenedness of fear of owls?
oh,
I've
never,
never thought about
Merle
it.
would never.
No,
You're a bit
Merle's
too
a delight. Merle's a delight. Just
Yeah,
is something wrong with me that I'm not afraid of owls?
I couldn't.
No, I think you're fine.
Merle actually said I couldn't one bite that mouse.
Merle refers to herself in the third person.
Merle, I eat things like you, but not your size.
Precisely.
You know,
Chip,
yeah.
Chip is a little too big for Merle's gullet.
Exactly. Nim opens the door. I think there is like an elaborate knocking sequence to keep other people out. Like that's what lets her in.
Knock,
And
knock, knock,
opens the
knock.
door into like a very nice parlor room, and the first floor, and there is like a very nice, there's the parlor, there's the salon with a nice piano in it, like a living room area, and then on the other side of the first floor is the kitchen and dining room. You peek your head into the kitchen, and there are like woodland creatures in little suits that are preparing the food, and when you open the door, they all go and stop what they're doing. You slowly close the door, and you hear like the rustling and clinking of
Ratatouille, who?
they are fully raccoonning it. And that's the first floor. The second floor is a large spa area. There's like a full kind of Roman bathhouse area, sort of a milky white water with chamomile in it. And a couple of extra rooms to like get dressed in. But the third floor is where all of y'all's bedrooms are.
Ooh.
I think the most simple ones are probably Chip's and Link's. Chip has, it's like a very simple but elegant, you know, kind of dark mahogany furniture with like the bright brass Art
McKenna.
Deco accents.
Mahogany.
I love what you're
Mahogany.
doing, but if I may, could we perhaps have you showing the rooms to your allies in character?
Yes, you can. I'm sorry. You can see Nim is very excited, so she's like rushing up the staircases and be like, look, I made this, and look, here are all of your bedrooms. So she shows Chip his bedroom and is like kind of impatiently bouncing, like waiting for a response, like, do you like it? There's a little, and over here, there's a little tea tray. There are 6 different types of tea and 6 different kinds of coffee. and also 2 different kinds of ways to prepare it. And of course, you can get any of the little critters to come and prepare it for you if you would prefer. There's also a bookshelf. I hope everything is in order. I'm gonna get to the bookshelves in a minute because I have something for that. And over here, Lynx, this is your bedroom. And it looks a lot like Chip's. The colors are maybe a warmer. And I made a tool bench for you. I hope everything is right. And Lynx, you look at it and you can see very clearly that Nimbus is a privileged girl who has only ever fixed things with magic and knows what a tool bench is in theory. But you look at the tool bench and it's like an array of like, there's so many screwdrivers, and there's like Phillips head and flatheads, but there's also one with like a star head. I think the thing that makes you laugh the most, or makes you have to hide the fact that you're laughing the most, is you see a wrench where the handle is shaped like a monkey, and you look at it for a second.
And then the pun lands.
You realize that someone at some point used the phrase monkey wrench in front of Nim, and like this was the image that her subconscious conjured and has now been projected onto this tool bench that her subconscious has created for you.
Still better than what I was imagining. I thought it would be like a Kinder Price kind of kids tool bench.
Stop! I would cry.
Hammer like goes squeak, squeak, squeak.
She's trying her best.
She's succeeding.
lovely.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Lynx absolutely indulges her and asks how she had the time to think of all this.
Oh, when you're creating all of the rooms, it gives you like a little it's hard to explain it because it's not really done with words. It's just sort of done with like magic and intuition, and you conjure in your mind what you want the thing to look like, and then it looks like that, and whatever your mind has not conjured, the magic kind of fills in the blanks, intimating to you that like what Nim doesn't know about, the magic has pulled from her subconscious how she thinks it might work, and has done that instead.
This is wonderful, Nim. I I really love what you have done for me here. This is very, very nice.
Oh, I'm so glad you like it. Okay, Carl, I want to show you your room next.
As soon as they leave, Lynx starts to very literally fix everything.
That's so valid. Garl, Nim opens your door for you, and for a second you think you've walked back outside. There is a forest in your room.
Encanto!
With little
Encanto!
notes on the tree, and the trees say, punch me, kick me, headbutt me. Upon further inspection or further punching, and Nim will say, they're not real trees, actually. They're made out of rubber, so you can punch them as much as you like, and they won't tear up your hands. Also, they're affixed to the ceiling. This isn't a real forest. And you look around and you can see, like, it is painted. Like, there are murals on the walls.
Garl gives one of them a couple test punches, like, oh god,
These
it's
aren't-
immortal.
These aren't real
They-
trees.
they jiggle.
Scream.
No, they don't! They jiggle in a delightful and funny way.
Are you saying that Garl's trees don't jiggle, they fold?
They
No, I'm saying they do jiggle. And over here, Garl, I wasn't sure what kind of bed you preferred. So, there's this, and she points at the floor, and there is like a very standard bedroll on this faux dirt floor. But if you don't like that, you can press this button over here. And you see there is a little note on the bed just in case Nimbus didn't, just in case no one wanted the tour, that says press the button by the door. And there is a little button by the door, and Nimbus presses it, and like a little trundle bed falls out of the wall, and a 4-poster that is like spring loaded just kind of like poof. And suddenly in the middle of this foresty room, there is like a very feminine 4-poster bed with little twinkle lights. And it is possibly the softest thing anyone has ever slept on.
Garl is going to look at this bed, and out of character, I just ask: is it like a twin size, queen size?
Probably queen size. It's probably like big.
How many
Okay,
garls
though
could it fit?
queen size for Garl is probably like a regular sized bed. Garl actually like shuffles a little bit nervously on the ground and leans down to you. Actually, Nim's not that shorter than Garl.
Not that much
Whispers,
shorter now.
can it get bigger if I have company?
Waggles eyebrows.
Garl's face is now looking away from you, but seems to be a little pinkish.
You know, I didn't consider that.
You can live it.
No, it's not fine. It's fine. It starts.
Nim-
It goes over
Nim-
and starts just body slamming trees left and right.
Hi there, GM talking for a second. Nim, you can live edit this stuff as you need to.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like this space is effectively a mini pocket dimension for you. So go wild.
Fun. Nim,
You're a goddess
never mind
here.
that. I'm retconning what I just said.
Yeah.
Nim thinks about it for a second, and she thinks real hard. And taps the four corners of the bed, and suddenly, poof, there's like a little puff of pink smoke, and it is significantly larger.
It's
Wow.
a Garlifornia king bed.
Yeah.
Just to check though, Garl is going to like axe kick the bed to see how sturdy it is.
It's very sturdy. Nim knew Garl is probably like a rough sleeper.
Well, plus she probably
that's
like
the thing.
not even counting the literal minerals she has growing out of her back. She's like very muscular, so she probably is very dense. She probably weighs a lot.
Okay, that's not why I thought we were asking about how sturdy the bed is, but okay.
I know. I know.
Things can be done for two reasons. But yes, there are multiple beds now for Garl because Nim wasn't sure if she would have a bad reaction to like an extremely plush kind of memory foam bed. Some people just prefer like a tougher mattress.
I mean, Garl slept on rocks for a very long time, and she's pretty used to it. So
Exactly. Like what was Garl used to? What would make her feel most at home? Nimbus then points to, and you finally see it now. There's an outline of the door on the wall, and says, "Through here, there is a Jack and Jill bathroom to Cassandra's bedroom. So the two rooms are connected. If you guys are okay."
Are Jack and Jill
Wow.
friends of yours?
No, it's just a turn of phrase. It's supposed to be like Jack lives in one bedroom, Jill lives in the other, and they have this bathroom. So it's a Jack and Jill. It's like a little story.
Which, like, if you think about it in the context of them being brother and sister,
No, that's not that really that weird.
Most
Yeah.
siblings share a
Alabama.
bathroom.
Goddamn.
And Nim leads whoever is not back in their bedroom, to
Chip's making
Cassandra's
tea
room.
for everyone, by the way, in his room.
Delightful. Cassandra's bedroom is very cozy, very chic. There is like huge bay windows, and where there would normally just be a book nook, there is a whole bed. With like bookshelves kind of on either side of it. There's like a chaise lounge in the corner, and I feel like now's a good time to talk about the books because I mentioned that it pulls from Nimbus's subconscious, and like her instructions were a couple specific books, and then whatever so-and-so might like. So there are a few books. The ones that Nimbus has read are there in their entirety. They are as they would be if you found them out in the real world. There are also a couple of titles that Nim had not read, but she knew the title, she knew the author. Those books, if you pick them up and leaf through them, are almost like they're written by a computer. Like, if you gave a bot the synopsis, the character names, and the title, what that might create from that, and are not those books because Nimbus has never read them, and she doesn't actually know what is inside of them.
the Nimbus
love it here.
Hallmark. The Nimbus Hallmark.
Oddly enough, I think those would be Cassandra's favorites.
Oh wait, there's more. The way the spell interpreted the instructions of and other books they might like, Cassandra, you see on your shelves like a set of encyclopedias volumes like A through Z.
Zen.
And each one is titled Things Cassandra Might Like.
Nice.
Each volume is like an alphabetical list of things Cassandra might like. The G volume is massive.
Yeah.
The G volume is massive, and it is largely like Garl in the heat of battle, Garl
in the heat.
enjoying iced tea on a hot summer day.
William!
Like, it's all very wholesome, mind you. As this is Nimbus's aunt, like, her subconscious has made it's wholesome things.
Girl finds a random kitten in the woods.
Exactly. Garl playing with puppies, Garl wearing formal wear, Garl wearing plate mail. Like, it's
Garl wearing
sometimes there are
nothing.
illustrations.
Is there,
and-
is there a Garl centerfold?
He's
Maybe.
very tall.
An unfolding Garl centerfold.
That's the leather pants one.
That's
Oh!
Garl
Garl
wearing
wearing
leather pants.
only swords.
Refolds
Garl
to
wearing only books.
Oh no, that'll make her explode.
And Professor Chip, your bookshelf has a very similar array of like things Professor Chip might like. You can tell me what those books are full of. I think there's a large section of different teas.
Oh, look at these antique tea sets. Oh, a centerfold.
Precisely.
Oh, a centerfold.
It also has Garl in leather pants, but with tea.
Go with tea.
What is Garl doing in here?
Pinky up.
I'm going to let you all settle in, and I'll meet you downstairs. And Nimbus leaves. As she
Sandra
leaves,
just sits there, like going like,
she messages Alessandra. She says, "There's a 4th floor, and it's just us."
Wow.
Everyone is in there.
you would get a message back at that. Of course, you'd give us our own floor. Well, at least.
I mean, I can make you your own bedroom if you'd prefer.
Oh no, I'm happy. I'm happy about that. I'm just saying. I find it it's very you to give us our own floor.
I don't
Um,
know how to feel about that. But anyway,
out of-
this way. It's
Out
a
of
secret.
curiosity, Nim,
Yes.
just because the owlness of it all, if we look up, are there like little holes all over the ceiling for passageways that Merle can just fly through into various places?
Not just Merle, but because the servants of this manor are woodland creatures, you see like little like cat doors. There's also, I
Oh.
forgot to mention, in Cassandra's room, a very plush cat bed for Hecate.
Hecate
Wow.
ignores it completely and just goes for the pillow of the big bed,
Yes,
It is mine
that's
now.
fair.
as Kitty do.
Nim ushers Alessandra back to the stairwell, where she pulls on a candelabra, pulls it down, ticks it twice to one side and 3 times to the other, and a little panel opens, and there is an extra stairwell leading up to the secret 4th floor.
The look on Alessandra's face can be only described as that's very you, Nimbus.
That was a very good pop, by the way.
Yeah.
It was.
I can't replicate it. That's sad. Anyway. Nim, shows Alessandra the space, and it is kind of like her sanctuary space back at the estate, but larger. The walls are purple. And on the bed, which is very large, like this bed could probably sleep 4 people comfortably,
Nim,
or 2 people who just wanted
Alessandra.
to spread out and have room.
Gwen.
And there's like a variety of blankets. There's, the weighted blankets, the fuzzy comforters, the like kind of light thin blankets, whatever you could want in a blanket, that blanket is there.
Alessandra's a sheep girl.
That Nim kind of thought that might be the case, which is why she had a variety.
Yeah.
Also a variety of pillows and a big plushy stuffed albatross.
Just
On
looks at
the
that.
other side of if you come over here, I made they were big a few decades ago, a conversation pit. And it is like an indent in the floor. If you've ever seen them, They were really big in like the 60s and 70s.
Yes.
They're basically a couch that is set into the floor with a table in the middle.
So
and Nimbus
cool.
says,
I want one.
This way, I thought we wouldn't have to choose whether we wanted to sit next to each other or across from each other, because if the table was in a circle, technically we'd be doing both. And over here, there is a phonogram and lots of records, and here's the jazz, and here are some of my favorites. And Nim shows her.
It's sung by owls.
Yeah.
Yes, Bella Fitzgerald, and she goes through like a bunch of. What, Cooper?
How could you say that out loud at me?
Bella Fitzgerald is a fae jazz singer.
The best kind.
She's perfect. I love her.
So now I'm picturing a line of owls, all like.
It's like the Animal Crossing town songs.
I was also thinking of the ending song for Portal 2.
Oof. But Nim turns to Alessandra and again is like bouncing on the balls of her feet with kinetic energy and just goes, "Do you like it? Is it okay?"
So just remind me of the layout. So where exactly in the room are you two right now?
Kind of in the center.
Okay.
You know, with the sleeping area off to the right and the conversation area off to the left.
Okay. How would she do this? I wasn't expecting to have to do this evening, so I actually have to think about her actions now. So as Nim's waiting for a response, I think she would just slowly start to walk towards you.
Killing you
then,
instantly.
Same.
She would look to you and say, "I've been a Rakshasa this whole time," and stab. No, I'm just kidding.
During Pride Month!
During Pride Month!
How did I not notice the two hands?
She would, at that point, just kind of like walk very close and like take you into like a tight embrace.
Wow.
And just kind of like hold you there for a little bit. And then quickly sweep you off your feet. And because she can fly now, you would see like these like wings burst out from her back. And she would just hover you towards the very soft bed and put you down, and then just like float down beside you and lie beside you and just give you a peck on the forehead.
And what are we all doing as we're watching this?
Y'all are in your rooms.
There's,
I know.
There's little monitors in each of the rooms that can show you the other rooms.
There's not.
We're peeking above the staircase. It's like, you forgot to close the door.
You kids need anything?
Like some water.
A condom.
Are you guys
Yes.
thirsty? I bet you are.
But yeah, we'll leave the rest of that scene to itself. And
Fade to black.
The fan fiction writers.
We'll leave that to the fan fiction writers and the fan artists to do their thing. For that.
Yes. Matt
Please,
and
I'm begging you
McKenna.
guys.
But yeah, I think
At
about.
some point, we did say we would meet back downstairs.
I think after a couple of hours,
Oh god, this is like going on to vacation with a whole bunch of friends, and a couple of them go off to the room. We're like, do we just wait, or do we give them time and go knock? Like, what's the protocol here?
Possibly, because this is a secret staircase that Nim did not give you a tour of, y'all don't know where they are.
So a couple hours pass, and anyone who is like not returned to like the central area, a squirrel comes into your room.
Sandra quick shuts the G section. Ah, what?
Miss Cassandra, we have dinner ready.
Oh, okay, I'll be right there. And she puts it back on the shelf. And she pushes it back on the shelf. And goes downstairs.
Merle would be the one to let you know, McKenna, Nimbus. that dinner's ready, because Merle has a connection to this place because you made it as well. So they're sort of like imagine Merle as like a head butler owl in this place.
Merle in a little suit.
It's what he deserves.
It is what he deserves. Shall we go back down?
Only if you want to. She
I
just
could
kind of
probably
winks.
eat. All right, all right.
So another couple hours later.
Yes, another couple hours later.
No. It'll be conspicuous if we aren't down there eating dinner.
Garl has
The rest
tied
of
two of the trees into a knot.
Carl has made a pretzel tree.
Carl has made a.
She did try to bite it once. It was terrible. It's rubber. Like, no, not gonna tell anyone.
It's
I
like
did that.
rubber
They're
with
awful.
paint on it.
Source purple technical swirl.
But yes. So Will, I will leave the menu up to you. I
Oh,
know
no.
that is like one of
It
your
is.
favorite
It
things.
is all yours. This is your mind, baby.
My mind, baby.
Yeah. This
Oh,
is
God.
your mind,
Child
baby.
free.
This is your mind. I don't know. This is your mind / fiction. No, this is your mind. This is your mind mansion. Do your thing.
Wow, I love Sherlock.
Palace.
Your mind palace. Yeah. This space is 100% McKenna Dinans to build and do what you want with. I might add like a
That's-
funny, quirky, silly thing every now and then, but this is 100% your part of the world, so
Is
do
the-
what you want.
Is there a room with just nothing but two parents that love her in it?
No,
No, that's-
Nimbus.
That's even too much for the spell to do.
Yeah, it's a 9th level spell, but it's not that powerful.
It's not shape reality or something.
No.
Even that wouldn't be enough for Nimbus's parents.
Oh.
Wow.
Ouch. That one hurt, Will.
Critical
Right.
hit.
Let me double check the constraints on food.
No constraints. Do what you want.
Stocked with enough food to serve a 9-course banquet to 150 people.
Balls.
What's
So
that?
Garl
Okay.
and the rest of you just works.
I just wanted to double check and make sure it wasn't like a you can make whatever food you want, but it's totally tasteless. Like create food is kind
It's
of
a
like
9th level spell. They're not going to do that to you.
that. It is a 9-course omakase of like the most expensive fish you can possibly imagine. You don't know how those little critters with their hooves and squirrel fingers manage to cut the salmon and the yellowtail this nicely, but it's the best thing you've eaten maybe ever.
Is there any particularly spicy dishes?
Oh, probably.
Elisandra visibly has issues with the spice.
I love that! Nim, who actually handles her spice pretty well, just prestidigitates a different flavor into her mouth.
I'm not sure prestidigitation can do that, but
I think prestidigitate can change the flavor of things.
really?
Or at least maybe that's just a 5e thing. I thought it was a Pathfinder thing too.
I don't know.
But also there are shiso leaves in and around the table. And those have cooling properties.
Garl probably starts eating an increasing amount of spicy food to test herself.
Nim, feeling just a bit silly, in a silly, goofy mood, slides over the tray of wasabi and just kind of looks at Garl. Kind of looks at her.
What?
That's wasabi. It's very spicy.
Okay.
I'm about to
make me, Garl, make me a fort save.
Oh no.
Make me a fortitude save.
Oh,
against
sorry, that was
fantasy.
Chip. Never mind. Hold on.
Make me a fortitude save against fantasy wasabi.
Fantasy was
36.
Nothing.
Wow.
Kind of tastes like avocado? No?
Wasabi has a DC of 25. That's actually in
Does
the
it
rules.
really?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Now, if I would have put it into my eyes, probably no.
I feel like that DC would escalate if you put like a whole blob of it in your mouth, but that's... I guess we're just so powerful now that even on a natural one, we all would be
I mean, yeah,
immune
that
to wasabi.
36 was a 5.
Question: do they have the DC for a ghost pepper?
No, they do not have a DC.
You
for
just
Ghost
die.
Pepper, but
fair.
there are going to be a number of food. There are going to be a number of regional specific foods for the upcoming Traveler Guide. Which, when that's out, you can come to this stream and you'll be able to watch Will and Matt do a cooking stream of all the Pathfinder dishes.
A couple of minutes later, though,
Subtle plug.
Garl is chewing on something from this. I imagine there is almost any kind of food dish you can imagine here, as long as it's fish, right?
I'm picturing like an omakase, so there are other things. Like if you wanted like A5 Wagyu omakase, you could do that too.
Garl takes something that has some sort of sauce on it, and she kind of, and she starts actually clutching her throat a little bit.
Oh, does anyone know the Heimlich? Chip, you know medicine.
Cassandra's just right away. She's like, I don't.
Chip runs up quickly and does a quick examination. Actually, I don't think that will help. Her throat is swelling. I think she's having an allergic reaction. Looks down at what's right in front of Garl. Oh, are those peanuts?
Peanut sauce.
Quick opens his jacket, and you notice he just has so many vials in his jacket. You'd be a little worried if you didn't know Chip well. And it's like,
Epinephrine
hey Garl, what's that over there? And she turns and looks, and then Chip just stabs her in the side of the neck with a vial. And Garl just like starts reaching for the food again, and Chip slaps her. No!
Excuse me, kitchen staff. Ixnay on the e-nuts, please. And I imagine like a flight of owls comes out in a V formation and just like collectively like yoinks anything with peanuts in it off the table.
Well, that was interesting. Oh,
Garl, that was too spicy.
That was too spicy.
oh, okay.
Anything with peanuts in it is going to be too spicy for you.
Is there something in my neck? No.
Cassandra's like frozen with her arms wrapped around Garl, like she was ready to like pump her stomach.
Garl notices this, like, hi.
Oh, sorry, just give me a second. That was a fright. Oh yeah. Sorry. She'll go sit back down. Woo.
Lynx is watching all of this in somewhat disbelief.
Okay, well, I think the next course is a shiso pear sorbet, kind of a palate cleanser, and then there will be 2 more courses of non-peanut related, dishes.
The final boss is, oh god, what's that
Just
mascot?
peanuts.
The peanut.
The Peanut Man?
What's his name?
The State Peanut Marshmallow Man.
No,
Mr. Peanut?
Mr. Peanut, who they then killed and ran in Baby Peanut.
Out of curiosity, is it just peanuts, or do we need to worry about soy too?
We don't know. Garl has never had a peanut in her life.
Well, she would have had soy tonight.
She seems okay.
Okay. You see Nim kind of like...
Alessandra's just like, do we want to give Garl like a full like allergy test?
Do I have
Sandra
something on
says
my...
yes.
Garl kind of notices you looking at her. Do I have something on my face? She has many things on her face right now.
I have a napkin. It's like a wet cloth. It's warm.
She looks like she's about to eat it.
No, you. Pat.
Maybe Cassandra, maybe you could show Garl.
Sure, of course. And Cassandra goes to wipe her face off for her.
Yeah.
Garl stands very still.
Alessandra just looks at Nim and laughs a little bit. It's like,
Lynx
you.
locks eyes with Garl.
and then
Yeah.
Alessandra just like looks at Nim, then looks at Lynx and Chip, and then looks back at Nim, looks at Cassandra and Gar's like, oh.
I hope I didn't spoil dinner.
Oh, no.
Never.
No.
If anything, it was my fault for not checking if people had any allergies or dietary restrictions. I thought this would be fine for everyone, but I just wanted something fancy, since so often
It's
we're...
very lovely. I've never had so many different things at once.
Can I interest you in anything all the time? A little bit of everything all the time?
All right, but I think the dinner does eventually come to a close, and anyone can ask for anything. If anyone is like, I don't know if I'm feeling this, maybe I'd rather have chicken fingers, they could do that.
Alessandro specifically at the end of it asks for raspberry juice.
Aw.
Also, Chip at one point during the evening does broach the subject at one point that if there is time, he would love for you to do this back at the base because you say this banquet feeds like 100 people. I think it would be a
150
lovely treat.
people.
We've been living on things we could scrounge and rations and the like, so good food has been far and few between. So
dragon
this would
meat.
be a lovely treat. Yes, which is surprisingly hard to cook. Well, actually, no, not
Yeah.
surprising.
I can imagine there are certain glands and things that if you hit them, the entire meat is just spoiled.
Oh no, we've been turning those into bombs.
Oh, that is resourceful. But yes, I would love to host a massive party for everyone back at the base. Maybe several parties.
Question
I
for
think
you,
I can
Nick.
cast this 3 times in a day, so...
Do you have?
Yeah, that's a lot of
live-
slots.
Do you have woodland animals playing live music?
God, this is a Disney movie.
I don't think so, because the dining room is not within the parlor room. The parlor is where the piano is.
Fair enough.
I don't think so.
Fair enough. I just thought I'd ask.
To the
Um,
parlor!
However, if they wanted to...
Oh, a
I'm
nightcap.
certainly- Oh, yes, perhaps we can do... Professor, you wanted to have tea with everyone, correct?
Yes, I have been doing a small bit of sampling of the teas you provided in the room, and I think I have created a lovely little, certainly not a 3-course meal or something, but a similar thing, but with tea and biscuits.
Delightful.
Yes.
All right. We shall adjourn to the parlor room.
What do you call it when you get like the little thing of like several little beers, a flight of beers? Yeah.
Yes, a flight of teas.
Yes. With some mint in between to cleanse the palate.
Precisely.
Oh, yes, high
as-
tea.
As
Mm.
that's happening, Alessandra hangs back a bit for a minute, and because Lynx is normally the last person out of the room, as Lynx is going to exit, as the 3 of you exit, she kind of just puts her hand on Lynx's shoulder.
Yes.
Could I speak to you for a moment?
Yes.
She looks to one of the woodland creatures. If you'd be so kind, make sure Nimbus doesn't come in here for a bit.
Yes.
It is a Rakshasa.
And yeah, now McKenna, I'm going to leave it up to you. Do you want to hear what they're talking about out of character, or do you want it to be a surprise?
Give me a thumbs up when I'm back in.
Okay. So, Lynx. And Elisandra proceeds to pull out of her pocket what appears to be a bit of a necklace that had been destroyed. This was Nimbus's a very long time ago. And then she pulls out another necklace, and this was mine. They'd both been broken in relatively different ways. This one was taken from her and broken by me. I was wondering if you could possibly repair them together so I could give them to her.
I can do that. I have also been working on something for her.
Oh.
If you would like to present it to her, because I'm not very good with these things. Her hair has been getting a little longer and it gets in her eyes every so often.
Mhm.
But something about her transformation when she gets all whoosh up in the air.
Mhm.
I wanted to give her something that matched that. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So I made this, and he pulls out like a little pin, basically, like a comb almost that
Nice.
doubles as a pin. And it has this kind of shining gradient to it that looks almost like stars.
Oh, nice. Can you make me just a general crafting check on the items? Nice. Okay, cool. So you will be able to put them together. As you finish it up quickly, because you're able to do it there. It's a quick job for you. You're a legendary crafter.
Yes.
Thank you, Lynx. I'm going to give it to her after the final battle, and she puts it into like a pocket. But I will give her yours tonight, and she puts that into another pocket.
I think she'll like it.
Yeah. And then she'll lead you out to the room. McKenna's not even
Perfect.
looking.
She never does.
She never
hates
does.
us all.
She's not even looking. She's just fanning. Everyone give a thumbs up to McKenna. Chat. Put thumbs up in the chat for McKenna.
And that's how King Crimson works.
Well, I'm sufficiently terrified.
I may have just done something very fun. Alessandra and Lynx join you about maybe 45 seconds after you all sit down. And she sits beside you.
Lynx gives Nim a little wink as he walks by and just goes, nothing to worry about.
What? I wasn't worried. I kind of looked at Alessandra.
She just gives you a peck on the cheek.
That's adorable, but not as distracting as you think it might be. It's fine. I don't suppose you're in the mood to play anything on the piano.
She takes a minute. She just kind of like stands up and glides almost over to the piano. And she opens it up. Garl, I think you'll recognize this. It's what I played for you when we first got back to that base. And then she begins playing this like lovely little piece. It's like a dun dun bum bum, ba da dum ba da dum, ba da 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 dun, ba da 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 dun, bum 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 bum.
You know.
It's like a minuet.
That gives Nim an idea, and she's like, Carl, Alessandra, I don't believe I've ever heard the story of how the two of you met. You were both just kind of with Gwendolyn when you rescued us in Bridehall.
And you notice Garl is just sort of like staring forward, unfocused at this, and doesn't seem to have heard you.
Carl?
Alessandra also just like, as you're saying that, just goes like this to you.
Oh, I was just asking how the...
Cassandra doesn't see this. She's like, I've also kind of been curious about the story.
Lynx is locking eyes with the absent-eyed Garl.
It would be a little bit difficult for Garl to remember, I think.
Oh.
Garl looks like she's like trying to concentrate.
I message Alessandra and say, I put the teacup to my lips but don't drink so I can message it in private and say, what's going on?
You get a reply saying, when we found Garl, she was floating in a container.
What do you mean? It's a very long sip that she's taking.
Garl, have some tea. Thank you, Professor. Oh.
Perhaps that could be a mystery explored in a one-shot post-campaign.
No, I think I'm gonna grill Alessandra about it later, actually.
Oh.
Ooh, extract some information, perhaps. Interrogate her.
Wow.
You may even have to cuff her.
Cover.
Wow.
barely even-
I
know
don't. I
her.
don't think. I
You
don't think.
do. No, you do.
I don't know
No,
if
I
Nim would be
know
the
her pretty
cuffing type.
vividly. And Niv just like gives a nervous giggle. Is anyone interested in the baths?
Oh, actually, yes. They seem very nice and cozy. Honestly, I've got a lot of blood still on me a little bit.
Yeah, you do like to take a bite out of crime, and that does make a bit of a mess.
I'm suddenly picturing several of the woodland critters have been following Chrysanthe around with tiny mops.
Yes.
Probably. Their little raccoon with their little raccoon fingers, just like, oh man, it's not much, but it's a living.
Is the raccoon in a maid outfit?
I was thinking like butler outfits for everyone,
Oh.
like little like tailcoat tuxedos.
Ooh, classy.
But Trash Panda maid.
What?
I was thinking Trash Panda maid.
Yeah.
Miss Nim's raccoon maid.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be Miss? Oh God, McKenna. Say Nim's like full last name.
Miss
Saint
Evangeline Saint
Altair.
Altair.
Yes. Wouldn't it be Miss Evangeline Saint Altaire's
Yes,
maid?
you were quite
Technically,
right.
Evangeline is her middle name, so it's just.
Garl raises a hand as a question. Are the baths very hot?
They are currently at a reasonably warm temperature, yes, but I wouldn't say they're scalding or anything.
Oh, I know. I meant I like the hot ones. It feels good for to relax the muscles.
I'm sure we can warm them up a bit if it's not quite to your liking. They are pretty steamy. It is like hot tub temperature, but it, you know.
Yes. Perhaps a full round of people soup then.
Full
Damn
People
it.
soup.
I was hoping we were gonna not have to mention that term.
On this channel with the
On
frizz?
this channel?
No way.
With the friends.
Aww. Cruising on down Main Street.
Sandra goes to get a swimsuit on. She's excited to not be this anymore.
Fun fact about Alessandra. At this point, she's comfortable enough with all of you. Just going in.
Yeah.
Fun
Wow.
fact: Garl doesn't know what a swimsuit is.
Yeah.
It's also not necessary at these types of baths, like the kind of Roman bathhouse. It's pretty expected that you just go in in your birthday suit.
Chip shows up in a big, a full like one piece with the stripes,
Yes.
like 1950s. He's
I
got
love
like
him.
a cap on and stuff, and he even has like little goggles that he's not wearing currently, but they're on top of his head in case he needs them.
I love him. Your
Possi-
Honor, I love him.
Possibly some wings, the floaty wings.
Can I actually give you a that's odd, Professor?
Sure.
Seeing Nim now not in like high collars and long sleeves, there is something odd about her appearance. She doesn't have any scars. It was.
That just
it was
seems a
hard
tad
to
unlikely.
notice. It is, isn't it?
Did Garl steal them
Well,
all?
I guess I'll just have
Possibly.
to change that.
What? Why? What?
Is that meant to be?
Wait,
Brown?
is that a sexy joke?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
it's the DM being.
No,
No,
It's the
it is
DM
something that
being
Nim has
wahaha.
been doing off screen that like I haven't had an opportunity to allude to.
Oh. To be
I have
fair,
the opportunity now because we're all.
other than the fact that Chip has been aware that you've been adventuring and have been injured and the like, he also probably doesn't have a great amount of knowledge of what Nim's form would be under her clothes. Never had to give her a checkup.
Nim, what
That's
have you been
fair,
doing?
that's fair.
What have you been doing to get rid of the scars?
Are you asking in or out of character?
Out.
Is Alessandra?
No, out of character. I'm just curious as like mechanical.
Regeneration
Oh, okay.
to get rid of them.
Yep. fair enough.
Regeneration paired with like organ sight, so she can really get in there for the things like the acid and fire burns.
Yeah.
Those would have probably needed organ sight to get rid of, especially because regeneration is a little fickle about those.
Yeah.
Hee hee.
Fair enough.
But like Professor Chip might not know that, not knowing how regeneration works. He is a man of science and not necessarily a man of divine magic.
Elisandra tied with Garl for scars.
Oh, baby girl.
Gar resists the urge to start doing the thing. Well, I got this one when
I mean,
a sand tagger tried to take my arm off.
to be fair, you and Elisandra have done that many times.
Sandra will come in like really tightly wrapped in a towel and start out a little shy, and then she'll just like
Aw.
bloop into the water.
Elisandra just looks at you, like, with a really, Cassandra?
Yes, really.
Garl has kind of gone into a stupor at this point. It's like, oh, so relaxing.
Lynx is mysteriously absent.
Cassandra, you get a message in your head. It's like, alright, you go to Garl's left. I'll bring near myself to Garl's right. Let's just see what happens.
Wow.
Cassandra goes, uh-huh.
Chip, just dangling his feet on the other side of the room, is like, what's going on here?
Cassandra very slowly does as she's told because she's like, I'm not sure if this is important or not, so we're just gonna do it.
So Garl, as you're like relaxing, suck out, you just feel a bump from either side of you, and then Elisandra and Garl, Elisandra and Corellia.
Sinks lower into the tub.
Elisandra just starts laughing her ass off.
Oh, Elisandra, play nicely.
I thought that was very
There's
fun.
There's no need to tease. We're all here for a good time. Where's Lynx? Lynx
I've
gets
only
a
gotten my
message.
feet wet. I can go check where he is, and Chip sort of like waddles off.
Aw.
For a second there, I thought he was wearing flippers, but why would he be wearing flippers?
I think he is. I think he misunderstood the purpose of a Roman bath.
Yeah.
He's got
and
like the
got
scuba
flippers.
snorkel.
Yes.
Chip, if you are going to waddle
Floaties.
off, ask if they have any grapes. Actually, and Elisandra will ask for the some of the woodland creatures to bring some grapes to you all.
Nice.
How Roman.
Chip will go and rap on Lynx's door. Rat-tat-tat-tat. You haven't blown yourself up in there, my dear boy, have you?
You do hear some banging sounds of like, hammers and shit.
Hammers.
Oh, well, far be it from me to interrupt someone deep in their work. Are there any of the woodland creatures hanging about in the hallways?
Yeah, there is a bluebird that will land on your shoulder.
Oh.
I don't know exactly how this works, but I'm assuming you can understand me, my little friend.
Yes, I can understand you very well.
If it wouldn't be too much of a deviation from your current duties, whatever they may be in this magical menagerie, but maybe keep just an ear out for this room, and if there's any extremely loud bangs, or if anything seems to catch fire, please alert the rest of the crew in the baths.
Will do, and they kind of take a perch on the door frame.
Delightful. Waddle, waddle, waddle back to the bath.
Will do, hoot hoot.
I can literally just envision Chip
Hoot, hoot.
very much doing this little waddle thing
Wow.
because of the
I think I may have
flippers.
overdressed. Sad.
I love him so much. He's perfect.
Also,
Chip off the old block, if you will.
He
Yes,
has,
indeed.
I think, the slowest walk speed of the entire party, actually.
Yeah, he does.
As you're wandering through the hallway, a group of monkeys will approach you and ask if you would like to be carried to the baths.
When are monkeys a woodland creature?
They're a woodland creature.
They do live in woods.
They live in the jungle. There's a difference.
Okay.
Jungles are woods.
Then not a monkey. Honey badgers.
Wow.
They don't give a fuck.
I cry immediately.
Just nowhere like
I Cooper
tears.
cry immediately.
Somewhere in the jungles of Izzle, there's a monkey with a switchblade in their tail.
All monkeys are perfect.
Yes. But yes, a group of honey badgers is offering to.
I'll be fine, thank you. I'm a bit old to be
Are you
carried.
sure you're looking like you're waddling, sir?
I mean, lots of things waddle. The majestic emperor penguin waddles.
All right. They just like
I appreciate the concern.
they
Waddle,
keep
waddle.
a few they
Okay.
keep a few paces back in case you change your mind.
Mildly patronizing, but all right.
So in the baths, Elisandra, Garl, Corellia, and Nimbus.
You're all pruny now.
During this time, Elisandra's just kind of sitting there. And then she kind of like takes a moment, stands up, walks out of the bath for a second, and then like half a minute later, she just comes back with like a tray that just has champagne on it.
Ooh.
Now, here's the question, though. She gets out of the bath. Are we looking respectfully or disrespectfully?
Yes.
Yes.
Chip is still waddling back.
And yeah, she just
She may have gotten lost.
she just kind of slips down and hands each of you a drink. We
You always
really-
know just the right thing to do.
We really need to bring Gwendolyn in here.
Yes, we do. She would love this. Oh, it's been so long since I have just had like a good, nice night with friends. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've had nice nights, you know, back in the 6 months or so when we were in Brighthall, but they were mostly by myself and, well, with Merle, of course.
Merle?
And I've had with friends, but, you know, not particularly anything fancy. It's kind of nice. It's a little nostalgic.
It
I
is
mean,
at this
you did
point.
this a lot.
It is at this point that Lynx does enter the room.
Oh, Lynx, you've come to join us.
What is he
He-
wearing?
He is wearing. He is finagled the inexplicable apparatus to essentially be an extra pair of arms at all times. And the
Love to see it.
arms are perfectly, like, acting as a mankini.
Oh, no.
He's wearing the apparatus and nothing else, Mama. Is he?
Well, Lynx
Yes,
does
it's
wonderful
work.
work with his hands.
I forgot about that word. I forgot that word was the thing.
I was also sitting here trying to think of the word this entire time.
It's like
That
a
was
little-
banana boat.
It's like a Lynx holster.
Lynx, is that thing waterproof?
Yes.
Find out.
Start shocking everyone.
If you're sure, maybe
I have
start on the hot
Made more
temperature.
than sure that it is.
Okay. Alessandra brought champagne. Although I'm sure we could procure some whiskey.
I feel
or-
like Lynx would enjoy something. Yeah, give me a moment. Alessandra walks off and comes back with a glass of just like brackish liquid.
Brackish.
Brackish.
As in salty?
As in like can't see through it.
Yeah.
And
It's from the wine tasting spit
and
bucket.
just puts a
Oh.
couple and just there's like two ice cubes in it. It's like I think this will be to your liking.
Okay. Keep your secrets. He takes a sip of it.
It is hard. Like it is like a very heavy whiskey that just smacks you across the face after one sip.
God, I wish.
It
I
literally,
knew.
the whiskey reaches out and go pop.
The whiskey mental.
That'd be the second alcohol-based elemental in this campaign.
Oh my god, that's right.
I mean, I love a good elemental.
On a side note, Nimbus, you would recognize that as a very, 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 very expensive brandy.
Nice.
Like, a one bottle of this brandy is, I believe it's set at 10 platinum pieces.
Oof.
Wow.
Oof. Remind me, a platinum piece is worth 100 or 1,000 gold
100
pieces?
gold.
Okay, so we're looking at 1,000 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Bottle of brandy.
And, like, the bottle is, like, 2 glasses worth. It's real high-end stuff.
Lynx, drink that very slowly.
Lynx takes a large breath and one large sip.
Okay, Lynx, roll me a D100.
Hot damn.
Yes.
Has Lynx climbed? By the way, is Lynx still sort of standing the surrounding
Yes.
area?
Yeah.
Yes.
Lynx, as you take that drink and like you swallow, after you go to exhale, after like taking like a nice drink, fire comes out.
Oh my!
All right,
It's pretty good.
Carl's gonna stand up out of the bath. She wants some of that.
It's giving 2 shots of vodka.
2 shots of vodka.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Carl also. Did we take a fort save for this?
Nope, you just roll me a D100 to determine what type of breath you temporarily get. Y'all are high enough level now.
55.
Poison.
Ooh.
I mean, bad enough breath.
Cassandra's
Um,
like, may I?
Also, Carl
Lynx.
has now realized she is just standing in the room, in the middle of the room,
Mhm.
and quickly slides back into the hot tub.
Oh, yeah. Lynx has fully just tilted his head upward and started laughing to spew fire.
Yes,
Just for fun.
Unfortunately, you can only Natsu Dragon Heal for about like 3 seconds, and then it stops.
Yeah, I would
Oh.
hope Carl wouldn't be just spewing poison everywhere.
That's fine, I guess.
But it's a very expensive brandy from the Opal Empire. Like, there's like technically, if Nimbus' subconscious didn't make this brandy, there are only 100 bottles in the world.
Oops. Tee. It's a good thing that anything that is created within this mansion cannot leave it.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
You destroy the world economy.
the economy.
Eh,
But what
The
about
economy.
the economy?
the economy.
Cassandra has no idea, and she wants a sip if there's any left.
Oh yeah, there can be. Would you like some?
Can be an endless
Yay!
amount.
Roll me a D100.
She would like some.
Also
Ooh.
poison.
Ooh! Twinning!
You and Garl match.
Wow, written in the stars.
What if they shared a poison kiss in the hot tub in the Enchanted Mansion?
God.
And that is
Garl
going to be
House
the
is
name of
great.
this episode. A poison kiss in the hot tub in the Enchanted Mansion.
What if we shared a
Perfect.
poison kiss?
Elisandra, just as y'all are doing your reveille, just like puts her hand on your shoulder, Nim. Says, I'm going to retire for a bit. Feel free to come whenever you'd like. And she just like gives you like a light kiss behind your ear.
Wow. She said, come whenever you like.
God damn it!
She-
Hoping that sailed
I
right
just
by, but
might.
nope.
I just
I
might.
just might. May just have to.
said come whenever you like, or if you want, I can tell you when.
Abby!
No, see,
Wow.
Lordy.
that would be more Gwendolyn's thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
The two of you, between the both of yous.
I think this calls for maybe a camera bonk, McKenna.
Okay, yes. Horny gets the bonk.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Every campaign has one of these episodes.
At least one.
Would it be a campaign if there weren't a bathhouse scene?
Just wait till Igora gets their hand on the spell.
Oof. Avi can also cast this spell. I think it's arcane.
I think it'll be very fun if we compare our mansions to each other.
Or
Or
when
is
you
this
discover you've been in Kiara's all along.
Okay.
Goddamn.
On that note,
But yeah, I think after a little bit of revelry, Nim will go and crash in the giant cozy bed with the weighted blankets and the stuffed animals and her girlfriend.
when you
Wow.
come back,
The
you
ideal.
see Elisand. How
ideal.
high is the roof in that 4th floor?
It's pretty high. I think the ceiling is also domed. It's like you said the sanctuary had that glass ceiling so you could see
Yeah.
the stars. It is that kind of like domed glass ceiling.
And what do you have to do to turn the mirror on?
Bow, 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 bow.
Horny gets the bonk.
Well, I'm
Hey,
going
get
to
the
give
box.
I'm going to give you this wonderful scene. So like as Nim is coming up for bed, you just hear a voice basically saying, "Okay, go lie down, go lie down."
Hello?
It's Elisandra's voice, but you just hear telling you to go lie down.
First of all, don't tell me what to do. Second of all, where are you?
You'll see.
Tee-hee.
Okay. I guess I'll go lie down.
Yeah, so like as you're lying down in the bed, like facing up, you see at the top of the roof suddenly Elisandra becomes visible. And she just
What
starts
are you doing?
she just starts falling down towards you. And then like the second right before she like impacts, she stops and just gives you like the lightest peck on your nose and then falls beside you.
Nice.
Very dramatic.
Because when you have magic, you get to do cool
you get to
shit
do
like that.
Gay, 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 gay,
Happy
gay.
Pride, everyone.
It's Pride Month. Yeah, I think after the day's activities, this time they actually sleep for a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, she's like, "I love you, not tonight," and she just
Yes, I'm very tired. We fought a whole dragon.
fought several dragons, and I killed my family again.
Are you okay, by the way? I should have asked earlier.
There's a reason I
think-
drank
Is it the
tonight.
trauma?
I know, but do you want to talk about it?
It'll be fine. Hopefully they'll stay
But
dead
it's
this
not
time.
fine. Okay.
Hopefully they're still dead this time.
Alright.
Oh, before I forget, and she like pulls out from her hand a comb for you. Lynx
Oh.
made this. He wanted me to give it to you.
Aww.
It's for when you go all God mode. And she just like begins like lightly brushing your hair with it.
This comb, McKenna, is very reminiscent of the astral effect that comes with your curse. There is like a sheen and a luster to it that gives the same effect of like the cosmos stars that circle you.
And
That
like,
what you were talking about earlier.
yes, that's what Lynx was talking to me about. And she just continues brushing your hair, and then she just like goes to, like be beside your ear. "I have something for you, but I think I'm going to wait until things have settled down a bit. Perhaps after the final battle with Treladar." She just gives you a kiss on the cheek.
Oh.
Mm.
I think
One
Nim
day-
is actually so distracted by the thought of final battle with Treladar that she kind of loses the bead on the rest of what she has just said.
Mhm.
And I think
I'm just-
Elisandra can see her deflate
I'm
a
just
little.
planting the flag now.
You're planting death flags during Pride Month.
Yay!
Homophobe gets the bonk.
It's honest work, but someone has to do it.
No,
Is
it's
it?
not.
Do you?
It is dishonest work, and no one has to do it.
It ain't much.
I got my
But it's
$1.50 worth
homophobia.
out of this found.
Yeah, and this one you can actually hear the popping of it opening on stream, which is nice.
It's okay, so with the Daiso fans, this, like, the hinge here is actually fairly tight, so you have to break them in.
Oh wow.
If you want that, you have to sit there and be like
A quick
with a new
PSA.
fan for a while.
For a while, fair enough.
Um,
But, Elisandra apologized. I'm sorry. I realize that that's probably a bad thing to bring up right before bed, but that is where things are headed, Nim.
I know.
We have them on the back foot. We're going to be able to save the world.
It's just what comes after that as well that I'm worried about all of it, to be honest. The fight with Treladar is not going to be an easy one, especially for me.
She just like
Um,
puts her arms around you at that, and it's just kind of holding you tightly.
And then afterwards,
Well, afterwards the world.
I don't think things will calm down, actually. Gwendolyn mentioned something this morning that made me think.
Listen, if the world's going to be in your hands after Treladar's been dealt with, or this group's hands, to repair it, I think
Maybe
it's in
the
good
group-
hands.
maybe the group as a whole, but do you remember the other night, when we were talking to the
literal
gods and the
triad
goddesses
of gods
and-
of goddesses, yes.
Yes, do you remember when
Also,
they
like-
were voting,
That was fucking crazy, wasn't it? Yes.
and they mentioned, they were in agreement on both issues?
Yes, that's been playing in the back of my head.
Gwendolyn told me that the second issue they were voting on was whether or not I would be allowed to live. Because or some part of me is potentially a catalyst for a world-ending cataclysm. And the safest option would have been to just kill me. So that is still on the playing field.
Nimbus.
And could become a problem at any moment.
Nimbus. If those gods hurt you, or took your soul away, or tried to kill you, I would have
It's not that,
done
it's not that.
unspeakable things to them.
Please don't do unspeakable things to the goddesses we both worship. But it wasn't the goddesses that... I think the problem might be something inherent to me, and they just wanted to make the world a safer place because something about me is dangerous.
Well, then we'll tackle whatever it is together. And with Gwen now.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's
And
more
with
upfront
Gwen.
with us.
Well, that was, I think, the thing, is she wanted to be very upfront with me and she wanted to tell me, and I'm glad she told me, but it does make planning for the future feel a bit... I don't know.
Well, if the world ends with you, it's a good way to end. She just gives you a kiss.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I did not work this hard to try to fix the world, only to destroy it.
Yes.
I think you'll find a way to work things out.
Hopefully.
I mean, your track record's pretty good so far.
My track record's okay.
I'd say it's pretty solid.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Treladar and the Lord of Light, and I think Baba Yaga is still out there kicking somewhere.
Alright.
So,
Well, I will let you get to sleep. I'm going to be up for a little bit longer. She just gives you like a kiss. Love you.
okay.
And
love you too.
Elisandra will actually exit the room for a bit.
Nim buries her face in a pillow and screams. That's the first time that they both have said I love you to each other.
Oh.
Yeah, consciously.
Yeah.
And Elisandra's actually going to go and knock on Garl's door next.
Garl gets up from the hammock she made by tying several rubber trees together.
So she's forgone. Let me just get this straight. The first bed was not it. The second bed also not it. She had to make
It's in a-
Goldilocks over here.
This
It's a
Too
testing
hard.
phase. She's not going to sleep in it. She was testing it.
Okay.
Though she now has put on clothes. And she answers the door.
As you do, Elisandra notices the hammock and says, "Oh, Cassandra will enjoy that."
Oh,
It's not very comfortable.
And never mind, Garl. I need a small favor from you.
Do you need your furniture made into a hammock?
No, Nim has done quite the job with our room.
Oh.
This is a little bit more of a personal favor.
Oh, and remembering something she heard the professor say at some point, won't you come in?
Very good, Garl. And Elisandra comes in and just kind of stands there. I believe you met them already. but a creature that called himself a Baba Yaga.
Yes, I think so. I tried to stab it. That doesn't narrow it down.
Nim just told me that they may still be around.
Hmm.
Nim had mentioned that before.
I know. Oh,
Okay.
okay. Well, then this would have happened before. But anyway, this is the first time that this has been like a good time to talk to you about this, and also it's been the first time where we've had time to talk about it. But they held a part of me for a very long time, and I'm worried that that part of me might have some bearing on me still. So, Garl, I'd like you to do me the smallest of favors.
Okay.
Should I ever turn on all of you, I need you to make sure that everyone else's hands remain clean.
Garl kind of clenches her fists a little bit and swallows. Just kind of says, I owe you a lot. And I think of you as possibly the first friend I can remember.
She smiles at that.
If you really mean this, I promise I'll do it.
Well, she takes your hand, Garl. You were the first real friend I had as well.
Oh.
And that's why I'm
Garl
trusting
just
you with this.
try and gives her a big hug.
Yeah, she hugs you back. Alright, one more stop tonight. And after the hug, Alessandra just says, I'll be a moment, and she opens your Jack and Jill bathroom door.
I checked the Jack and Jill aren't in there.
Yes, it's a saying, Gar. I'll go over that with you later. She closes it, and then Cassandra, you hear a knocking on the Jack and Jill door.
Just, oh, okay. And she fixes her hair and she fixes her neck and she, okay. And she opens the door and she's, oh, Alessandra?
What are you doing in Garl's room?
What are you doing?
Alessandra visibly laughs. I wanted to see. I wanted to mess with you a little bit. Cassandra, you and I are the only two people who can really gossip safely right now.
Really?
Yes, because like we both have partners and we can kind of talk about them to each other like a girl talk thing.
But wait, come in. Garland and I, we're not. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, you're
Just a
not.
couple of chismosas, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, I'll listen to you with your talking about and all that. But I just to be upfront, Garl and I aren't really.
Language
You know.
skill decreasing.
Yeah.
Actively decreasing.
And yeah, for about an hour or until you want to go to bed, Alessandra will sit in your room with you gossiping about Garl and Nim.
Aww. Friendships.
Wait. What is she? You can't just say she gossips. What does she say?
Oh no, she's just saying, Nim started doing this really cute thing whenever she's around where she'll like try to subtly flick her hair to get me to like get a whiff of it or something, and like, you know, stuff like that. And it's like, oh, have you noticed how Garl's been doing this for you whenever you've been like walking by? They've been like slightly flexing their pecs.
Trust me, I've noticed.
Right? Oh my goodness. Like, I honestly, I don't know if she's doing it like subconsciously or not, but like I'm sure you're enjoying it.
I wouldn't say I'm not enjoying it.
There you go. And yeah, so it's stuff along those veins for like the next couple hours.
Are we ending tonight on a gossip session?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
I think like as the gossip session ends and Alessandra starts walking back towards the room, stops for a moment in front of Chip's door, thinks better of it, and keeps walking. that's where we're going to end.
Chip is tucked into
tonight's
his little
session.
bed with his little Ebenezer Scrooge cap and his pajamas.
I imagine he sleeps on his back in like a fully tightly fitted sheet with just like 2 paws.
Oh,
and
of
his head
course.
at the top.
Yeah.
And probably an eye mask.
Oh.
That's
But
where we're
just
going
over
to,
the one eye.
That's where
Oh
we're
god,
going-
that's true.
That's where we're going to end your part of today's session. We are now going to jump a little bit. Not forward in time, but just across back towards Lionberg. As the remaining Viatori ships are now arriving. And Drevrin has basically exited the ship. Ascendancy waiting for them, basically knowing that they were coming. Ascendancy says, Emperor Drevrin, it's good to see you. We have quarters made for you. Yes, do you know where Nimbus and them all are? No. Why? They're off on a mission. They should be back within a few days. Alright. And Drevrin pulls out what appears to be a cube of some sorts. I have something for them from our person on the inside in Trelladar. It's of the utmost importance that they listen to it. Things have escalated. It seems like time may be of the essence.
Uh-oh.
Even one night wasted might cause the end of the world.
Dun,
And that's
dun,
where we're
dun,
going to
dun,
end
dun.
tonight's session.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
He says as we're all in a bathtub, like sploosh, sploosh, sploosh.
Oh, flirt, flirt. Though I was half expecting you, Will, to like Drevin go, like, ask, are they here? No? Good. And then pulls out like a gun and starts shooting everyone.
Oh no, that's not going to be that's not going to be Drevin. But thank you all so much for coming to tonight's episode of the League of Amazing Adventurers. Don't forget to check out our many other shows here on the channel, like the Calling Chronicle on Friday and the Strike the Thousands AP on Monday. You've been awesome. We've been playing
Awesome.
the game
You've been
tonight.
awesome too. This was a
And I hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye bye.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Eh.